officially, are we living tiny? You know, I don't know. I don't really care. Again, that's an opinion thing. I know we're progressing to doing all we can to leaving our footprint as small as possible. And
Yeah.
we have been downsizing with stuff. But, you know, to me, that's a personal thing. So
Hmm.
that will depend on, again, somebody else's personal. Are you converting a barn that's 1,000 square feet that you need 600 of it for your studio or your workshop? To me, that's where that letter works out. You know, and that might be something. To me, letters are good personally because I'm such like a rabid squirrel. Like I'm all over the road, easily confused and easily distracted, and it works for me. And luckily, I have a family who's patient with that. But when I really need to get something done and I've procrastinated as much as I can, a letter helps.
Yeah.
You know, something that stuck with me was like writing a letter in an organized way. You know, like an introduction, you know, a closure, what's involved, and that helps me organize what I'm doing.
Hmm.
So again, it's, you know, if I knew a genie was gonna grant my wish about a home, and I didn't really care necessarily as much as what it looked like, but the vibe of it and what I
Hmm.
needed it to do and who I needed it to house and what the atmosphere looked like that it was in. That's kind of what I would do, and then it always kind of works out that conversation has built the house for me or designed
Oh, cool.
it. Um, but again, there's just so much that goes into this, especially when you're putting people in a small space or alternative. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not
Yeah.
conventional, which I love.
Yeah.
But there's just no right answer, which again, I love because it's about you. It's your home. It's your location. It's your woods. It's your patch of ground. Um, and my dream is just I live to help with that
Hmm.
in any capacity.
Yeah. So you've got a doghouse that you pull behind the truck, and you're all over the
The dog.
country. Tell me about the doghouse.
Yeah, that was another part of my coming out party, I guess. I've been a carpenter my whole life, and um, I never really did an apprenticeship and worked for a few guys that were really gifted, but they kind of let me have at it and make my own mistakes, and worked in a lot of different areas, but was not enjoying it. You know,
Hmm.
commercial construction was really getting me down all
Oh boy, yeah.
based, repetitive, and um, you know, without judgment, it just wasn't firing me up. And I think
Yeah.
life's too short, you know.
Yeah.
And right at the kind of the downward fall, that I had some personal struggles, but I also got real physically ill. And by the grace of God, came through all that. But I wasn't going to sacrifice that anymore. I was going to do what I loved and what I was good at and what I believe I was gifted at. But I was going to do it in a way where I was having fun, and that was being creative and, you know, really falling in love with the minimal part of alternative housing and conversions, you know, making something that has a perfectly good use, but what didn't have that intended use, and making a home out of it, you know.
Yeah.
The shipping containers, which I have one on the other side of that barn, and I'm really excited about. You know, did a tack room in a horse trailer recently, but it's already kind of set up to live. And you have all that space where cattle or horses can go. Skid structures I'm really into. Not so much pre-built sheds, but
Hmm.
building your own structure that way. So it can be modular if you need it to be, if you're willing to live that small and you really don't want to go up and down the road every day. I really think that's a cool way to go. But again, the whole, there's so many facets to living tiny and living alternatively. It's just my passion though. That's where I get fired up. And
Yeah.
that's what, you know, I'm really grateful that people are kind of, you know, keeping me doing that. It's not 100%. It's getting really close. Have some big news that might tease you about here in a little bit. But that will give me the opportunity to build several units that will kind of be show home models.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't want to tell you too much, but yeah, there's a big opportunity coming up. We're going to be moving my family kind of western part of the state and doing something. I'll go ahead and tell you my goal of the whole deal is to build a tiny house company or an alternative living company that does school bus conversions and shipping container conversions and tiny house on wheels. But the whole reason that you buy one from this company is because it's supporting a trade school. That's kind of my
Oh,
dream is,
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
is my dream is
Fantastic.
my labor force is only I say young people, you know, I'm sure it would be primarily young people that are getting paid to learn their craft,
Mm-hmm.
focused on school bus conversions, diesel mechanics, welders, carpenters, plumbers, electricians.
Gosh, that makes me so happy just to
Yeah,
hear.
and well, that's my, so I can't tell
Yeah.
you um, I'm not all about building for sale, but I am going to be doing some really cool, about a dozen really cool builds
Mm-hmm.
that I hope will be marketable either as a shell or as plans or as a completed home that you can customize.
Mm-hmm.
But they will be rentals.
Oh, cool.
That's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, sorry, that would be my dream. That would be a really awesome legacy, I think, to leave would be, you know, a trade school that you left that you didn't have, you know, a school loan or any.
Yes.
And my goal, and this is all pipe dreams right now, but the last 6 months would be you supervise your own build and you drive it away from there, you tow it away from there, or you park it on your land. So yeah, you don't have a mortgage, you don't have school debt, you got paid to go to school. But again, that's a big dream, but
Yeah.
certainly worth it. But that's coming up. So I'm going to have all those funky structures that I dreamt of building are going to be coming up. There's going to be, like I said, some smaller earth ships, cob building into the hobbit houses, a couple shipping containers, which we really hope we have. My partner and I have some really good ideas as far as emergency housing, making it modular a whole lot easier, making them a whole lot easier to work with, thinking outside of the box, literally, ways of transforming an 8-foot wide box, making it a little wider, a little bit more comfortable. So yeah, I'm blessed is the only word I can think of. Some really big opportunities, and I hope they take off. And you know, I'm grateful for them either way. Even if I get to build something and somebody appreciates it and gets to rent it out, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
But if it takes off the way I hope it takes off and can provide some job training for some young people or some people that really want to get into the trade, man, that would be a dream come true. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I keep seeing over and over again with these interviews is that the tiny house community attracts people who are creative like yourself. And it also it seems to attract people who have a sense of mission and something that they really want to help in the world and something they want to do, whether it's entrepreneurial or ministry type thing. And so it doesn't surprise me to find yet again another example of somebody who is finding mission in this world of tiny houses that is out there helping people. And I know that one thing that I've seen that you do is that after a hurricane, you will show up with a whole stack of chainsaws and start moving the trees out of the way. And I love that about you and about the tiny house community, because these are people who help. And that's such an exciting thing in the world.
We're always talking about intentional living, purpose, and contentment. It's so much fun. I put together these conversations in an online virtual summit. You can see the rest of this conversation and a whole bunch more at simplifymy.life. By the way, it's all free. That's really cool, right? Click the Learn More button when you get there, and that will show you the dates. Mark your calendar, register to save your seat, and I will see you at the summit. Don't miss a thing. This information is so exciting, and I'm so passionate about this topic because what it does is it takes us out of overwhelm into clarity and contentment and confidence, and that's really exciting for me, and that's what I want for you. So thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Go check out simplifymy.life now and register. See you at the summit. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.